Welcome back to another video. Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome back. We're having another Loft reaction video, but this one has a twist. If you've seen our other channels, Shapeshifters TV or Meta Moments, you've already met Pasha. Pasha is my editor here at Shapeshifters TV, but this channel is from Michael Joy Art because we try to separate things. Now we've been doing Loft reactions and they're fun. We're a little stilted and we thought we'd have a little more playfulness today. Pasha's a car guy.
A little bit.
And at the moment, he doesn't own a house, but he's been dreaming about it. So
literally,
like and subscribe.
You want to talk about it?
So Pasha could get a house.
Yes.
That's about 80 million likes away, right?
About, yeah, 80 million. So that's all we need.
The ironic thing is the building that we're in used to be a car building. Mm-hmm. It was
dealership.
on Motor Row. Yeah, in the early 1900s, they actually sold electric cars here. And there's a curb cut. You could drive into the building, and then it has ways to move cars about in here. And now we're looking at the modern day car house loft hybrid.
Yeah.
And Pasha picked some things out. I've never seen them.
Yep.
And as a homeowner, I'm going to sound like 100 years old. Pasha's going to be like...
I'm excited to see it because I didn't watch the video. I just skimmed through it to see what it's like. And they have cool cars in it. So I was like, that's the video. I want to watch it. Let's do it.
Okay, here we go. And also, Pasha made a video. What was that video called? The cars, you called them something. The type of cars that were lowered?
Stance cars.
Stance cars, okay. He doesn't have a date, he has a wheel. Sad. So we have a great stance car video too. So if you're a loft person and a car person, apparently Pasha is slowly creating content for another channel.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Here we go.
My own garage and a space where I can work on my toys. My wish has always been to build a garage on the first floor and the house on the second floor. For me, it's perfect.
That's ideal, having the garage on the first floor.
Thought I would use and how they design it to be used.
Some nice shots, some nice cars. I like that.
I've been looking for a space like this for probably 1-2 years. Part of the criteria for my
He's got some lifts.
width of the frontage.
Oh yeah.
I need it to be at least 10 to 12 meters wide. The reason being because I wanted a garage that can fit 3 cars abreast. It's a very specific requirement that I have. When I found it,
Look at those.
So
Those are nice. Those are nice. And he lives up there.
Pasha had a long week and he's lighting up like a giddy, like a schoolboy here.
Yeah, I was working on my car the entire Sunday, and now it's lower than it's supposed to be.
Oh my, is that why I dropped you off at the mechanic
I
today?
needed an alignment.
Okay.
It's very impractical.
So it's interesting, you look at this and his garage is clean enough for him to be walking around barefoot.
Yep.
And you see, when you look at this, you're looking at the cars. I'm looking at the space because to me, I just go, oh, that's a car. Even though I have some car stories in my life, this is, it's not like yours, so.
Well, we can clearly see that he's not living in the Midwest, where it's salty roads, all the gunk and stuff gets stuck on cars, and then it gets transferred to the garage. So yeah, barefoot in the garage is the dream, for sure.
You know, it's gonna be interesting to see the balance of the house because he's a married guy.
Yeah.
I always thought these car lofts were, you have to have a
Men cave only, huh?
man cave only or a girl who is so tolerantly crazy about it. Here we go.
because I wasn't really sure if the frontage and the location could fit what I was envisioning. Furthermore, I didn't inform my wife about it.
A thing.
I've not seen the place in real life. I mean, I've not been here when he bought it.
He bought it without permission. He was just like, sorry, we have this now. Okay.
Well,
that's one way to do it.
I've done this before.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And Lana, my stepdaughter, cried when I bought this building.
I heard it. I heard the story.
It's like, why are we buying a warehouse? My wife cried inside.
I did not consult her because I know she wouldn't be able to visualize what it could be. So I saved her from the pain and
Oh, this man is PhD smart.
Man understand man.
This is what I have to do on the next purchase.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah?
No talking.
Sorry, we have it now. It's easier to ask for forgiveness than for permission, right?
When you're married, it's complicated.
Tough.
excluded her from that part of the decision making.
Trusted him fully. I have a choice, but yes, I do.
She does have a choice.
She does.
Been working with farm architects for quite a few projects prior to engaging them designing my home. I basically went to them with a specific idea in mind, and I basically asked farm if they could help me turn it from an idea into a reality. I wanted the space to be contained within its own box.
I'm so fascinated with this, I hardly want to interrupt, but this is the thing about loft spaces is his loft space is, it's very difficult for a person who hasn't done a space before to know everything they want to do in advance because he might be very good at the garage. Remember, that was his priority.
But the house part.
But the house has the potential to be pretty crappy. So he was really smart to bring in professionals right away because knowing where everything goes, not just pipes, but light switches and things like this, and it's a big deal. And also, you got to live in this. You don't want to live in a garage. You want to live in a workspace, not a garage.
Regarding the pipes and the switches and stuff, I think this is a pre-built place that he like turned around.
Oh, really?
I don't know if it's fully built from ground up.
Oh, let's see.
But we'll see. Yeah, I'm not sure.
It's looking pretty hot.
Yeah, yeah.
So the initial idea was to have boxes within a box. So if you look at the ground floor, second floor, third floor, these are all individual boxes.
Yeah, I guess it did build it.
Our stairwell is a little different. It's nice, but
Yeah.
it looks like 100 years earlier.
Yeah.
Clients came to us with kind of specific preferences or taste. They wanted something that was quite simple and clean and actually quite industrial. So Jensen wanted his workshop.
This is the part about the magic of videos. After construction, everybody's happy. During construction, husband, wife not talking. It's a lot of...
They seem pretty happy. I don't know.
He's got this so figured out.
He does.
I'm like, how does he do it?
One day I'll have someone who'll support my dreams of houses that contain 90% of the garage and 10% of the house.
It makes all the difference. And you can have support, but Katya suffered while she was supporting me because it was never her dream. And I had a 20-year dream that she kind of walked into. So that creates a difficult thing. But they're happy here. Look at this. They're above the street line. I'm envious here.
So Jensen wanted his workshop to tinker with his cars and bikes and remote control gadgets. And then Drusilla wanted her kitchen, domestic.
Oh yeah, that's nice. That's nice. 2 million?
That's the payoff.
Good kitchen.
She's okay because he's downstairs, she owns upstairs.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Design had to cater to both such that they don't mix because, you know, the requirements of a workshop might not always mesh very well with that of a home. So that posed an interesting challenge to how we create these kind of separate worlds, yet put them together in one project.
That's very nice looking.
First floor is a double height space, which is the garage. Second floor, there's a front and back stack. So at the back is the kitchen, and the front is the living and dining.
Oh yeah.
On the third floor is the
Oh man.
Wait a minute. That, in editing, back up to that bedroom, those, what do they call them, platform beds? If you're not used to them, man, they had padding around the corners.
Is it you're gonna leave your toes on them?
No, you're gonna leave your shins on them. It's like catching a trailer hitch.
Okay, yeah.
Because you're looking at the mattress and then all of a sudden you have to do this.
Yep.
So they're
Well,
beautiful, but platform beds are, you're either ready for them or you're not, you know.
Yeah.
But
They have racing simulators. Look at that.
what does this guy do? He has figured so much out.
Yeah.
I
no
was
idea,
a
but
slow learner. He's fast. He's so young.
Then on top of that, there is
probably early
family
30s.
multi-purpose room. So between the two stacks of boxes, there's this triple height space.
Good job, Dad.
Which is where the skylight is, and the staircase actually opens out to the side of the house, so you get a lot of daylight in because we wanted to express the two front and back as separate volumes.
4,000 square feet. That's not that much.
Well, it is when it's designed well. This floor is 7,000 square feet, and we have 3 floors. So it's a lot of space, but it doesn't look like a lot of space because the way we have it laid out for micro sets. When you start putting up walls and rooms, it begins to feel bigger. Also, he has great height, and his light is a lot different. Remember, we have windows that are 100 years old.
Yeah.
The openings are fixed.
He has a lot of like walls that are glass.
His walls are glass.
Yeah.
So
I love that. I love that like edgy new style like stuff.
The garage, when the client came to us, was the first thing that he mentioned. Because
Yeah,
it is
he did.
the
I'm
main
sure he did.
thing about the house. It's
Yeah.
what he wanted. He's not a car collector who collects beautiful cars just for show. He likes to work on them, which I think is quite unusual. So the space
not
that he
unusual.
required was a working space, and he was very particular about how are the tools displayed, where his workbench.
Man,
We gotta go.
look at his toolbox.
So this is funny. You
The
see
workbench.
garage, but in our other channels, Shapeshifters was manufacturing, which is about hand skills and working with your hands and organization and workflow
Yeah.
in the manufacturing business that I have that you've worked at. When I look at it, I see, oh, this is his art studio.
Yeah,
But the difference about a car guy's art studio and the art studios that you've seen me feature that are like shit shows, it's chaos of the mind for some artists.
Yeah.
And yet, the surrounding is chaos, but they output something beautiful, a beautiful painting, a beautiful sculpture. His whole space is beautiful. He's
Yeah.
like, it makes me feel like he's type A, which should be type Z, which is type Zen, because
Yeah.
he probably works better in this environment. And it's beautiful.
I'm like manifesting this whole thing right now.
This is great practice for that.
I know, this is good.
On the-
I never watched videos like this, and just being able to see and then kind of form your thoughts around what you want. This is it.
Well, it's visualization. You filmed all the meta moments.
Visualization, yeah.
But that's only part of it.
100%.
Visualization is just the start, but at least it's a commitment to a thought, to a
I
concept.
mean, you can also manifest all you want, but you also have to work for it.
Well, there is. Yeah, you have to take action.
Right.
But manifesting it's a whole nother channel we have about it. But
Yeah.
it's part of it is about.
Check out Meta Moments.
It can be a little tedious because people go to meta moments thinking it's going to be one answer, like a cookbook
Yeah.
right there, and it's not. It's a journey that we're on. We're manifesting a very large facility in California. It doesn't happen without a greater lift than what I can earn. One of the visualization tools that I used was YouTube. It sounds cheesy, but I would watch real estate video after real estate video. And I used to do that on when I was looking for buildings, because I would look at all these buildings and it helped me decide what I didn't want. And what happened all of a sudden is after all these mansions, I think I watched them all for, hundreds and hundreds. Not all, but anything that I could come up with. And there was this one mansion that came up, and it was a house on a hill. I told Pasha about this, in California. And it wasn't the house that I wanted, but it was the first one that I felt the breeze on my face. It's the first one that I smelled the air. What is that about? That means something kicked in. That means that I was connected at such a level that either I was having an intuitive pre-deja vu or something my body stopped resisting. I stopped resisting that was impossible for me.
Where do you think this is?
I don't know, it's got this California feel, maybe Texas.
It has California feel, but it also has some like Asian country feel. Not because of the characters in the video, but I think
It's a lot of space for anywhere in Asia. It's a lot of space.
it is.
Okay, let's see. It will reveal.
Bench is the type of equipment he needs. Although we call it garage house, garage kind of implies that it's parking, but it's way more than that.
So he calls this a garage house. I call it a car loft, because this is not a garage. This is different than a garage. In my garage, at the house, remember, I took the philosophy of when I drive in, I didn't want to come into chaos.
Yes.
And so it's not a fancy garage, but it is, because I minimized it. When you drive in, there's chandeliers, there's art on the wall, there's cabinets, and there's spaces. But I'm not a car guy. I'm just a guy who wanted to enter my own house. From the moment I drove in, I wanted it to feel like I was home, not like I'm in a storm of unfinished projects. And then I go into the house and I've just stressed myself out on a subconscious level.
I want to feel like I'm home when I drive through the big gate through a nice paved driveway, and it's got like palm trees and it's got flowers and very green grass and sprinklers going off, and it's just nice sunny 85-degree weather, and I'm just driving my dream car, which is an Audi RS6 Avant 2024, just so you know, if you guys want to sponsor that.
So Pasha, if you don't know Pasha, he's a bullshitter. And,
It's true.
But the beautiful thing is you've worked with me for
2 years.
2 years now. kind of a year at the other facility, right? And what you just demonstrated right now was so much different than when you were here. You used to work at Amazon and you came in kind of stressed out and all this other stuff. And now you're giving yourself space a year later to think about amazing things without judging yourself or counterbalancing it like, I want this, but then how and all that. No,
yeah, we're just going in.
We're in it. You've caught the good virus.
Yeah,
The universe is amazing
I've
virus.
been contained.
Here we go, into the car loft.
Implies that it's parking, but it's way more than that.
They're really good at not showing the license plates.
Younger, I used to compete. I always be competitive in driving, be it racing, drifting. So as I got older, a bit wiser, I thought maybe time to wind down on those activities and channel my energies towards car restoration. I still do some racing and competitive driving, but not the level where I was before in the beginning. Yeah. So the long story short is I buy old cars, take them apart, restore them and rebuild them to the way I see fit. It's just my form of being alone with myself and being able to channel my energies into something positive. The space on top is my office. That's where I escape to do my real work.
He has a lot of remote control cars.
I need to reply emails, conference calls, I'll go up there.
What does he do?
Enclosed space.
Whatever it is, he does it well.
Share the
brief
secret,
for
man.
The space was a big open box where nothing is fixed or firm and I can easily shift or move on my own. So some of the activities I do with my son and my daughter is we race remote control cars around here. I do arts and craft with my daughter in this garage. Basically, she can dirty the space without the mom getting upset about it. So it's
You know, this is terrific because there's when a person needs their own space, sometimes it's their own space, but he has wife and kids. And he's created a space that's safe and for them to be expansive. You know, like some parents will give their kid a piece of paper to draw on, and maybe that's the best they can do. You know, high five for letting them draw. Another parent will give them a wall to paint on, and their mind is different because they feel unrestricted. They're going to look at tools and making and fine craftsmanship and cleanliness and organization and integrate it into their own selves just naturally. So these kids are going to be, they have tremendous opportunity. Not everybody can provide that, but dang.
Not everyone can provide the time being spent with the kids too.
It's right there,
And that's right here.
Constantly changing space depending on what activities we have for the coming months or year.
This guy's a master.
It's obvious to say that my
Big
favorite
fan.
feature would be the garage.
The only fan.
I do also very much like the space above the garage, which is this space behind us here. Rather than having a single room or living
That looks great.
part of a larger open space, we enable this possibility of
Maybe Florida?
the whole living room or kitchen using glass sliding doors, or opening it up altogether so the space can be compartmentalized as well as being totally seamless. The idea is that each of these kind of spaces are realms or worlds of their own which can be connected or can be totally separated from.
So he's saying something really interesting about loft space is that if you don't create spaces within the space, everything spills out and kind of looks one level. Like here in our space, you can do a pan shot. We don't have a lot of vertical activities, a couple of the fireplace and things like this, but it's a living space, but it's really designed for filming. And he's designed a space for living that he can adjust, and you got kids, you got noise. This is the big thing in lofts.
Yeah.
Airflow, light, and noise.
From the other spaces.
I would say the living room is where the home is, where we actually spend family time together.
They had to have cleaned up before they did
Oh,
this.
of course. I mean,
it lets a lot of light in, which is exactly what I wanted. But
it just looks like a
what we
place
didn't
you'd
think of
want
is
to
the
keep clean,
cleaning
you know?
of it, yeah, that's okay. Small problem.
Really? Not for him.
Not my problem.
It's not your problem. That's why it's small. It's my problem.
I missed it. I don't know.
This house is actually a huge kitchen, a very, very, very big kitchen because I like to experiment with food and recipes.
Get me, wife. Come on. Where's my wife? I want someone to experiment with food for me.
Our other business is a culinary business. We manufacture molds for the culinary industry, silicone molds for food shaping. So because I have a lot of years in it, I was in a lot of kitchens, and But I'm in a lot of kitchens, but I'm a peanut butter and jelly guy. It's pathetic, right? I eat like a coyote, but I'm surrounded by people who are absolute masters and Michelin masters at what they do.
Tell me a little bit, if you don't mind, just you've been working with Michael Joy for over 10 years. At this point, almost 15 years. You've known him for...
Yeah, I've known him since, I would say, maybe even before 2008.
Sure.
But I know for a fact that we started working together.
Okay.
And their kitchens become an extension of themselves. When I look at this kitchen, I go, it looks like there should be a cadaver in here for surgery, because I'm not a chef. And it looks too sterile and heartless.
It looks really nice though.
But exactly. But there's another angle of it. It's like, no, I don't want to mess in a kitchen. It shouldn't be like a country. And the kitchens that I have, because we have a few of them, are more country-esque.
Yeah.
They're definitely not this modern stuff, because I thought they would date out. And but I'm coming to like the modern look, but not too much for me. I'm too old-fashioned.
I get it.
I like Victorian steampunk, and I mean, look around. Come on.
Yep.
But
And I have the
Pasha's
guinea
in.
pigs at home to taste whatever I'm
Are you crushing on his wife a little bit?
No?
Okay, just checking.
cooking. I don't eat whatever I cook.
She's lovely.
So only
Are you crushing on his wife?
I got a hot Russian.
Very dangerous.
I'm crushing on his cars
I could tell.
and his garage.
Sometimes.
Happy wife, happy life.
True.
That could be a whole video, because
Literally, yeah.
there's more to it than that.
There is.
most all the time.
The master
There's the
suite
bed.
contains the sleeping area, a large master bath area.
Oh, the bathroom just looks
Wardrobe. Once
really
again,
nice.
using the same idea of this
So this guy knows how to play it. He listened to his wife.
Yeah.
Katya, if she were sitting here, she'd be like, fast forwarding the whole video. She's like,
get
show
to
me
this.
the kitchen, show me the bathroom, and show me the closet.
closet.
And
The space is very well organized too, because they still have a lot of open space, and they just have doors that just go in, but they have a lot of space, which is.
But in the bedroom, you noticed they have probably their only option is one heater mounted on the wall, on the ceiling. Those are noisy, and it's a workaround for industrial spaces. But I just stayed in a hotel that was old that had that, and it was noisy, and the air circulation wasn't good. And the bathtub. Now, I'm not a bathtub guy, but Katya is always saying that the bathtubs that are like sarcophagus, like
they're uncomfortable to sit in.
they're uncomfortable to sit in, and there's no ledges for the wine glass or the candles or
I
the
see. Yeah.
things like that. But
You just hold the wine glass. Classy.
She-
With the pinky out.
who would complain over this?
sliding door.
Can't complain. I wouldn't.
Conceived of as a space that can be totally closed off, or if you want open such.
I like their
space,
shifting
master
floor
bedroom
patterns, too.
is extended
Yeah.
To include wardrobes.
And this is-
Separates the rooms a little bit better.
But this is really great, because the architect designed these light wells that are actually these micro patios, and they're fantastic. They look very sculptural here, and it's extremely minimalistic. Like, I am looking for some art on the walls, but that's just as an art guy.
Yeah.
And I get the simple line beauty here, but for me, it's too sterile.
Yeah.
It's not a thumbs down. It's just I like a little more noise.
Yeah. Okay.
It becomes really large.
The whole floor is the entertainment room. You see those heaters up in the corner?
I
or
see that.
ACs, whatever
ACs.
they are. Not a problem there, but above the bed, it's a problem. Yeah, that's not the
The fourth
U.S.
floor is actually the best
Huh?
because it's the
This is not the U.S.
This is not the US. That's what I was thinking.
You were right.
Could it be
highest, you get the
Japan?
most natural breeze
I have
and
no idea.
unblocked view front and back. So that's a very nice space that we can escape to on the weekend. I always tell my wife, this is an impossible house to sell because it's so specific and unique to our needs.
I'll take it, $5.
So it's interesting, in Impossible House to Sell, we talked about this and showing more of the loft, because this building will be for sale in a few years. I mean, we move out to California, and I think it's only an impossible place to sell if the reach isn't great enough. Because
Right.
typically realtors are like Zillow or this or that, but when you have a video like this that shows the lifestyle that comes with the space versus an MLS listing, which is square footage in the
Yep.
That's why I want you to make videos of the properties in different seasons, because a place changes. And a person's vision, although it's cars here, it could also be for a sculptor, it could also be for an architect, somebody that wants these other spaces for other reasons. But if you had the money or another car guy had the money, it's like, what do you mean? It's the perfect place.
Exactly.
I can't think of a different way to build a house for myself. So actually, Fam did a very good job.
We can make the same video about this building
Yeah.
easily. Well, not easily. It'll take some effort. It'll take effort, but we can make.
We can get
the
Katya
same
to join us. See, she would be like,
that. Well, maybe. But these guys didn't show any pictures or assets from how it was built. They just showed how it's now, like what the end product is.
it's fine. I mean, I get that.
And I'm saying we can do it here too.
Yeah,
Like
it's a beautiful video. I like that they showed the family within the space. The other
Yeah,
loft videos that
exactly.
we showed, we talk about living in the space, but people don't want to get personal like this. And even we took down some videos of our house because of some privacy concerns that I had. But
Yeah.
it's this is fantastic.
Thank you for watching this video of us reacting to this car enthusiast dream house, dream garage / house. I really enjoyed it. I'm definitely going to manifest it. What did you think of that?
I think it's great. All right, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate all these things about it, the craftsmanship. I think that for me, it's yachts. I just want to talk about the yacht comparison for a minute. Now, I'm not a yacht owner or a buyer or anything like that, but I started watching these yacht videos because I appreciated the craftsmanship and the amount of skill, not just low-level skill, that goes into the organization.